Hi, class. I just wanted to kind of go over some of this week's reading and some of the concepts we will be exploring this week. So the first thing that I want you to really get is that drawing, if you have the hand-eye coordination to write your name, you have the hand-eye coordination to draw well. What we're really going to be looking at is how to see, okay? So that's where this section, and do take time to read all this, okay? I'm actually jumping right to this section about right brain versus left brain. Really, um, what we want to focus on is learning to see and learning to see what's actually there, not what you think is there, okay? And so that's why I would like to reiterate that having the hand-eye coordination to draw is inherent in anyone who can write their name, but the point is to learn to see, and that's where we want to click the right brain into action. And this Picasso exercise is a super useful way to do that. It's going to be a picture that Picasso drew of Igor Stravinsky, the composer, and it's going to open up here any minute. And what you're going to do um, is draw it upside down, okay? And I really recommend you take the time to do that because it's an excellent tool. All right, and where did our course go? Hold on, let's get it going here. Okay, so here I am back again. So do take some time to look through that. And here's some interesting information about a woman who actually had a stroke, which forced her to use her brain differently, and her revelations as a result. So if you want to look into that, it's super fascinating. Drawing is defined here, and there's different kinds of drawing. What we're going to be exploring a lot this week is contour drawing. So drawing from life, which is once again about seeing, and edges, which is something that we will explore. So take your time to look through all this information. I also recommend that you really do take time to watch all the videos because they're very, very helpful. Okay, so here's an example of what a contour drawing would be. The outside. Here's a cross contour where we're really defining some of the inside shapes as well, but we're not getting into anything but line and shading. Something to always be aware of as a designer in any medium is positive and negative space relationships. What we're really talking about is interesting shapes. So this shape is interesting, the positive shape of the pepper, and then the negative space, the way it's placed in the picture plane, is also creating interesting shapes. That, I can't emphasize how important those relationships are, and to always be thinking about positive and negative space and how you're breaking up the picture plane. Okay, here's some definitions which you need to be clear on. The foreground is what is in the space in the front of the picture plane. Of course, it's all illusion because this is a two-dimensional object. And then the middle ground is what's between the back and the front. And then the background, of course, is the back. And illusory space refers to the illusion of three-dimensional space, which is going to be defined as depth and volume. Okay, so the difference between depth and volume is depth is the illusion of space in a two-dimensional surface, and volume is the illusion of mass, and that's created usually by shading. All right, so characteristics of line. There's lots of different line qualities, and this video does a really nice job of showing you some different types of lines. Expressive line, exploratory line, implied line. Take your time to really look at all that. And once again, these videos are super helpful too. There's so much visual material in each of these courses now that it really does help understand all of these concepts. So take your time to look at them. All right? And drawing with line. Here there's a really important video about how to do blind contour drawing. So one thing to remember about blind contour drawing is that the end result, whatever the drawing looks like, does not matter. What matters is your experience of observing, okay? So it really is an exercise for your eye and your hand drawing what your eye sees, but it's not about making a finished product, although sometimes they can be really great. A modified contour drawing, which is what you're going to be doing for this assignment, assignment 2, is where you do look down at your drawing some and you're going to explore proportion and placement, but still emphasizing the importance of looking. So do take your time to watch this video as well. Alright, and this one. So that's all I wanted to say about this assignment, and we'll talk more about line in your next assignment. Okay?